Okay, hey, welcome back everyone, cousins and friends. What do we got going on today? My favorite SP101 that I own in 38/357. Going to do a HOGUE grip change out because I want a little bit better and larger grip on my SP101. Now the factory one is sufficient for my SP101 in 22 long rifle, so I only want to do just the 357. Okay, so we'll set that old beauty over there and proceed. All right, just a simple flathead screwdriver loosens and removes that screw right there. Okay, and we just slide in there with a thumbnail or a fingernail, pull that grip out, make sure we don't lose that screw. There, that goes all the way through the grip, so we'll just set that off to the side over there for storage. Might even put them nice wood grips on the 22 long rifle model, you know. Flip this over. Probably don't even need to remove that. Well, yeah, actually we do. Okay, there's that other nice wood grip. I'll set that over there for safekeeping and use. As always, everything is unloaded, double checked, unloaded. Muzzle discipline will be followed. Okay, not going to point that at anything we don't want getting a hole punched through it. All right, this pin right here simply holds that grip on. So let me tilt the camera. Tilt the camera into position and show you how that goes out. Just a nice little simple press out with whatever tool that you need to get that pin out. Did we have that on camera? There, we just went all the way through, right there on the bottom of the grip. Now, this grip will simply slide. I can even do that one-handed so that I can get the camera work down just right. Just like that, that grip will just slide right off of there. And there we have it. What we need to do next is we need to close this bad boy up. We'll double check. Absolute empty, confirmed. Swing our cylinder shut and index it nice and gently. We will then cock in single action and allow it to rest just like that. We may go up on the camera stand there and show the rest of this procedure, okay? All right, then let's proceed. I'm going to be looking for the pin. There's a small pin probably hidden in one of my grips. I'm going to locate that and we'll get started. Okay, now the original, this is a disassembly pin that is stored in the grip of the SP101. You can see that right on my thumbnail right there. Make sure that you do not lose that. I want to be on a bench with a towel, maybe even a magnet, you know, to catch these little things as they go wandering away from you. Once they hit the ground, they'll disappear. I'm going to show you exactly where that gets inserted so that the hammer spring can be released. Okay, now whatever I was going to say about like releasing the hammer with this tool that's provided in the grip, that's not necessary, so we're not going to go into any of that. Just make sure that you don't lose that original it's just a little disassembly pin for the SP101 that is stored right there in the grip. Make sure you don't lose that, okay? That's really all I needed to tell about that. It's completely unnecessary to release the hammer spring or take the hammer out or anything like that. Let's just get that grip put on this revolver. It's really pretty simple. Now then, that is your factory, that's the grip pin that pins the original grip. So definitely save that as well, right there like that. We'll just reassemble that grip all by itself and store that grip, you know, in my gun storage area, right? All we do now, this is the bottom strap that reaches down and pulls the grip up onto the frame. We'll see exactly how that works. That just slides in just like that. All right. And now probably go back up on the stand over there, and this just gently spreads apart and pops right on top of that pin. We'll go up on the camera stand while I do that. You'll get a nice far away view of that. And here we go. So there's no particular way that goes in. Completely neutral. So we just pop that on one side there like that. And it should just easily spring right over that, just like this. There we go, we're almost there. Click, and there we are. Okay, I'll bring this right up to the camera, exercising safe muzzle discipline as I walk up here and show it to you. And there's that bottom strap right there. Clicked right in there, nice and solid. Okay, and my hammer spring is in position. Once I realized I didn't have to do any disassembly or anything like that. Let's pause out and get back over to the table and finish this off. Actually, let's finish off right here. Now we want that strap to drop into the grip. So we want to make real certain that that goes right down the channel, as I've seen on other videos, how exactly this works. So far so good. And then we might have to do a little bit of prying right here in this area. Let me get back over here on the bench. It should not be a problem. Work right in there, no problem. Now once again, we've double and triple checked that this is empty. Sometimes you have to do this stuff twice and make sure, you know. Not as easy as it looks a lot of times, you know. You may have to do a little prying right there. Carefully. got hooked right there a little bit. We'll finish this on the bench. Show you what I got going on there. I may have to do just a little bit of lifting right there on the, that's the hammer pin right there. I might have to lift that over. I'm gonna pause out and see what I got going on. Okay, I did not have to do any prying whatsoever. I just did a little bit of extra lining up, and a couple of tries with both hands to get all this lined up and get a little bit of play here and there, and everything is fine, I believe. So there's that screw right there. Looks like it's threading in there quite nicely. I think. See how this goes together, huh? Yeah, it's starting pretty nice. Now I have to say this turned out really nice. I'm really liking it. It's absolutely perfect for my hand. I did try out my speed loader. It even with 357, the full length cartridge being the 357, and you can also shoot 38s in these just fine. My biggest issue with the factory grip is it wasn't very secure and solid on the bottom, so you'd have a little bit of a rocking action on that factory grip. And now this one is nice and solid because of that bottom strap pulling it up and onto the frame, and it's a really good fit. I like it. So far so good. Let's get on over to the range, give it a test fire, and I'll show how the speed loaders are working out with this right here, my favorite SP101 in 357. Okay. Once again, always checking that this is empty when I'm handling it in a workbench environment or any other such type of thing, you know. All right, let's get set up over at the range. Probably do a little test fire with some 38s. I don't need to be taking off any 357 rounds today. You know, just some nice shooting with some 38s out of water bottle onto a very safe, thick backstop down towards the ground. And let's go get her done. First of all, you know, I'm going to put this old grip back together and put that in storage, as I own a few different SP101s, and all of these grips are interchangeable. They did not change the grips over the years. I should say over the decades. They all swap out interchangeably on all of my SP101 models that I own. All right, going to finish off with a real live everyday carry. Okay, we got a hit with the 22. We'll holster that right there. Nice and safe. Need a speed loader in this bad boy right here. Pretty happy with these grips. Didn't interfere with my speed loader at all. That was one of my concerns with this whole grip. I think it needs a little bit more. As I clear my holster, not going to cover any part of my body. And here we go. One more pop, and that should finish it. Keeping the muzzle in a safe position, all the way into my holster. Cover that hammer, all the way back into the holster. Safe and secure. I'm really liking that whole grip. My GI Tanto finally getting a little bit of a hit for me there. Gonna have to do some blade jamming here pretty soon. The SP101 and 22 long rifle. Doing a pretty good job for me today. All right. I'm Deadwolf. This is kind of fun on the next one. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm liking that whole grip. It's really got a good feel to it. Kind of had the wrong pair of glasses on today with my eye condition. Really had me hunting for my sights and my target alignment for way too long. We'll work on that next blade jam. Thanks for being there.